Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kresha and today I'll be showing you how I do my everyday look for the flights. So if you wanted to know how I do it, just keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, we need to do a proper skincare. So I've already done toner, cleanser, toner, and moisturizer. So now we'll be starting with the makeup, and I usually put on a primer so that my makeup will stay long lasting. So the usual primer that I use is this brand from the Philippines. It's Elana. It's a primer. It's Blur Plus Plus Oil Control Makeup Primer. So basically my skin is actually a combination. So I am oily at the T-zone and dry on my cheeks. So after the primer, next thing I do is the foundation. So the foundation that I'm using is the Becca Ultimate Coverage. It's not focusing. Okay, so it's a Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-hour foundation, and I'm on the shade Noisette. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but yeah. My shade. Doesn't have a number. So I put it on a palette. And I use a beauty blender to apply it. So just blend it properly all over your face, and try to get as much of a coverage. So usually we do have very long flights, like if it's a long flight it is like around 8 hours to 10 hours, but if it's an ultra long haul flight it's 12 hours to up to 16 hours, sometimes even 17 hours we do have. So you really need to have a very good foundation that will last you for the whole flight. Or if you're like very fast person to do makeup or very simple makeup, you can actually just wear any kind of foundation and just remove it middle of the flight, because basically if it's a very long flight, if it's an ultra long haul flight, you'll be having some rest in the middle. So if you are the type of person, if you could do very quick makeup, probably you could just remove your makeup and then put it back on, so it's okay. But for me, kind of lazy to do that. I would rather rest longer than to redo all my makeup. So I have a lot of pimple today. Okay, I'm back, sorry. So my camera died, and so once again I'll be putting on concealer. So I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible. Okay, L'Oreal Infallible. This is full wear. My shade is Amber, and this is what I'm gonna use for the pimples, under eye, and any other discoloration. And I'll be using my Zoeva concealer buffer brush in 142. Need more concealer since I just recently had a breakout. So every time I get sick, I get my period and everything, I do have breakouts. So just recently had flu. That's why it's been a long time since I did the vlog, but I'm a little bit better now, hopefully. But yeah, so I still have some runny nose and a little bit of cough, but still good to go, still good to fly. So I have a lot of redness on my nose since I had cold, so since till now. Some more here. Okay. You can just clearly see. Then blend it out with beauty blender. Then blend out guys. So just always remember to properly blend everything. Remove all the creasing before we set it with powder. Because if you set it with powder already, you cannot do anything else anymore. Like, it won't budge, or if it does, it's gonna be ugly. Okay. Now we go with the powder. So to set this up, I'm using the Coty Airspun. Go there. So yeah, Coty Airspun loose base powder. I am using the translucent extra coverage. So I'll be doing some baking because it really makes your makeup last long. So basically baking is you just put a loose powder, like a lot of loose powder, onto the places where you think you needed more coverage or where you're super oily. So for me, it's the T-zone under eye so that my concealer will not crease, and just there. Okay. We'll be starting on with our eyebrows. So for the eyebrows, I'm using this local brand from the Philippines. It's called Vice Gandal Eyebrow Micro Brow Pencil, and I believe this is natural brown that I'm using. It has this very fine tip and a spools. I believe Anastasia, Beverly Hills have the same thing, so I think this is the cheaper version of that. So what I do is I line my brows first before I put on fill. Okay guys, I'm back. I don't know, camera died, battery out, so yeah. So I just finished the brows and I'm gonna fix it up properly. So I just finished filling it up, and I'll be using a soap brow. So this is, sorry, so Wax Up Brow Soap. just put it onto my brows. More. Okay, so that it has this crisp, clean look. Then next we'll go to the eyeshadow. So basically in our airline, the only eyeshadow colors that is allowed are neutrals and pastels. Mostly pink and violets, I think, is allowed as well. So I'll be using this Too Faced palettes. Basically, it's old and used because, again, this is usually what I used for the flight, and I'll be doing naturals for today. So today I'll be using this color Oh Dear. This is actually a Christmas set that they had. So this is Oh Dear as a transition color, and I'll be using a Luxe Crease Zoeva brush and number 228. And we'll just be applying it onto the crease. Oh, totally forgot, guys. So basically, for the eyeshadow to last longer, you need to use an eyeshadow primer or a concealer. But for me, I'm using concealers. Just buff it out again onto your eyelids. So this will make the eyeshadow last longer. So basically on flights, you really need to have very long-lasting makeup. So most of the time you don't even have it. You don't even have time to replenish it or to fix it. Because depending on your airline, most of the time you are actually busy. Okay, so we'll start again with the transition shade. Ooh. Sorry. Yeah, I basically don't have a table, that's why everything keeps falling. So yeah, transition shade just on the crease. So just make concave. Is it concave? I think it's a concave. Onto the crease, so you'll feel it actually. You'll be having your bone here. Just put it under the bone structure. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's just a little bit darker brown than my skin tone, so probably don't, but yeah, it's just transition shade. Just blend it properly so that there won't be any hard edges. Next, we'll be doing darker shade. So I'll be using this Pretty Pecan, and I'll be using this shader, soft definer, Zoeva soft definer, number 227. And then just put it onto the outer corner. Mm-hmm. To blend it, we'll just go back to the Lux Crease 228, the same brush that I used from a while ago. And blend it, blend it, blend it. The next one, we'll be using a lighter shade. We'll be using this color 5 Golden Rings, and I'll be using a flat shader. And we'll just put it in the middle towards the inner corner. And on the other side. So if it's a glittery shadow, guys, just make sure to just dab. Sorry, it's my air freshener. So just dab so that you'll get those beautiful glitter colors. Or okay, and let's just go back to the transition color to blend everything together. Almost there, guys. And then next will be the eyeliner. So for the eyeliner, I'm using this Maybelline Hyper Sharp Power Black. Once it dries, we'll be curling the lashes. And before you go on with the mascara, for me what I do is I use a spoolie to brush it out. So that the lashes will spread out properly before you even put the mascara. So that it will look more volumized once you put on the mascara. Let's go ahead with our mascara. I'll be using this Maybelline Hyper Curl mascara. This is waterproof. But we need to remove some of the product because I don't want a clumpy mascara. Doesn't flatter my lashes if it's a bit clumpy. So what I do is I remove extra product from the wand. Especially if it's a new mascara, guys, you really need to do this. But if it's sort of an old one or almost finished, no need for this. brushes as well. Okay, and then we'll just blend out the powder I had on a while ago. For contouring, I use this local brand from the Philippines again, Vice Cosmetics, and this is the Aura Contour for Sure. And I'll be using this Zoeva brush, Lux Definer brush, Lux Face Definer 101. Just dab a little, then put it onto the hollows of your cheeks. So just make sure that it's from your temple to the outer corner of your eyes. Okay, next would be on the jawline, below the chin, to have less double chin look. And then to the temples, and then forehead. Okay. And then we'll be doing it for the nose as well. I will just use this buffer brush. Then next would be blush. So the blush, I'll be using the one from the Too Faced palette. This pink Poinsettia. And I'll be using the 127 Luxe Sheer Chic brush from Zoeva. Okay, it doesn't focus much. So just on the apples of the cheeks. So guys, for the highlighter, I'm using this Into It highlighter. This is Pearl Powder Brick on number 2 Candy. And we'll be using a fan brush. This is from Echo Tools. And also onto the nose. So for me, I don't connect the whole thing. I just do like in the middle and then at the tip, because it looks more natural that way. So yep, then onto the chin, so that it looks like pointy chin, and below your contour. And then on the forehead. Then using my fingers, I'll just use some below the brow bone. Below the eyebrows, I mean. Yeah, it's the brow bone. Yeah. L'Oreal Infallible. This is a L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade 368 Matador. So I really love this lipstick because it is really long lasting, non-transfer, and it's what do you call this? Even though I eat food, drink water and everything, still stays there for a very long time. For me, I always overfill just a little so that your lips will look fuller and plumper. So, almost done. Just need to do my hair and then the accessories, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is how I look. So just put on your hair on a bun, always wear a watch and a pearl earring. So this is the usual or everyday look that I had during the flights. And if you like this video, please do comment down below, subscribe, and press the bell so that you will be notified next time for my next videos. So once again, this is Kresha. Bye bye.